Hello to all of my nerds, blurs, and everything in between. Hi, I'm your host, Roshi-san, and welcome to the Blurred Bites. So, as you know, the temperature outside is getting so much cooler and spookier, and the leaves of the trees are falling all the time. So I figured, why not go over some of my favorite vampire anime? I mean, who doesn't love a good vampire? I mean, really. So the first one I'll talk about is Hellsing, which came out in 2001. Basically, Hellsing's just a classic anime of a British organization named Hellsing Organization. And they basically fight monsters and they destroy them. And they have a secret agent who is actually, I don't say he's a king of the vampires, but he's like very unstoppable. And that's Alucard. I mean, I'm sure you've seen him before. He's got like a big red outfit that he wears. But yeah, Alucard, he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. And we here love him. Next on the list after Hellsing will be Vampire Knights. And that came out in 2008. Now, this one was more of a vampire soap opera, I guess you could say. It's very shoujo, which means it's very much geared towards women, like younger women, really. But Vampire Knight, which is one of those, I would say it's basically like Twilight, where it's like two guys fighting over one girl situation. So, if you like that lovey-dovey stuff, then check out Vampire Knight. Pretty sure it's still on Netflix. So, after that, I'd have to say, would be Shiki, which is S-H-I-K-I. Came out in 2010. Now, I didn't watch all of this one, to be honest with you, but it was very spooky. It was mainly about this small town that people just dying off and becoming vampires, basically. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, I say give it a shot. Next up would be The Case of Vantas, which came out in 2021. Now, I love this one because they have a lot of eye candy, which is kind of weird coming from me saying that, but yes, a lot of eye candy in this one. It's basically, back in the 1800s, I want to say. It's basically a lot of vampires versus humans type of thing, and the outfits are very beautiful too. So, it's basically about this one guy. His name is Noe, right? N-O-E. And he's actually a vampire, and he was sent to get this book called the Book of Vantas. And basically, what he wanted to do was to take the book, like his teacher taught him to. But there's actually this human doctor whose name is actually Vantas, which is just a whole big thing. But you watch to see their dynamic between Vantas and Noe, because they're very much an odd couple, in every kind of way. But yeah, there's a lot of, I won't say too much magic, but a lot of, good stuff happens in this series. I recommend that one. They got about 2 seasons out on Hulu, so give that one a shot. Hulu and Funimation. So, after Vantas, what do we got here? Let's see here. Oh man, okay. Now, if you love a good laugh, you will love The Vampire Dies in No Time. It's basically about this vampire who dies very easily, mind you. You can blow at him and he'll just turn to dust. But he comes back right after that. Long story short, this vampire hunter accidentally destroys this guy's castle, and the vampire name is Jarluk. And so now the vampire hunter is stuck with Jarluk. And he's like his babysitter. It's so funny, it's so funny. I think you guys would love The Vampire Dies in No Time. So, after The Vampire Dies in No Time, I'd have to say Vampire Hunter D, which is a movie series that came out in 2000. It's basically made it about a half vampire, half human that kills his own kind. I mean, it's basically the anime version of Blade. So that's basically it, but it's really, really cool. The next one is really different. It's Rosario plus Vampire, which came out in 2008. And it's basically about this poor kid, Skune. Skune basically cannot get into high school. And as you know, in Japan, you have to do a high school entrance exam to get into school. So it came to the point that his parents basically had to knock into somebody and find a flyer about a school called Yokai. Well, Yokai Academy. And he easily got into it, only to find out it's a school for monsters. Because yokai actually does mean, like, monsters or spirits in Japanese. And, let's just say he meets a lot of different people. He meets vampires, he meets succubuses, he meets ice women. Yeah, but it's also like a harem anime too, so it's like, he's getting these girls, even though he's like, I'm gonna die, someone's gonna kill me, but he got a whole harem, so can't be that bad, Skuna. But yeah, that's also a classic one you guys gotta check out. Okay, so after that we got Sir Vamp, which came out in 2016. So it's basically about this kid, right? And he basically, takes in this little cat, only to find out the cat's actually a vampire. So he ends up having like a little pet vampire in a way. But it's just a cool little series, very action-packed with these two. Because he has a vampire, he's got vampire problems now. You know, like anything from like a arch nemesis. You know, you gotta fight those people. It's a good little series, Sir Vamp. So after that, we got Call of the Knights, which came out in 2022. Now this is a really good High Dive exclusive. It actually got a couple awards at 2002's Crunchyroll Awards, actually. Yeah. So basically, this is about a boy, right? He drops out of he drops out of middle school, and he just walks around at night, does nothing, until he ends up befriending a vampire. And the whole story is like, he wants to become a vampire now. But there's a catch, is that she has to fall in love with him to make him into a vampire. And even though she's very crude with her humor, when it comes to lovey-dovey stuff, she gets really embarrassed. And it's a cool little romance series, you know? Just check that out if you got High Dive. Yeah, check that one out. Call the Knights. So, after that, we got... Sorry, I got your mountain hand around here, you guys. I'm like, what did I write down now? Okay, so next one is Karin, which is Karin. Some may know it as Chibi Vampire. And this one's... it's a little gross because she's a vampire that doesn't take in vampires. I mean, she doesn't take in blood. Blood comes out of her, like nosebleeds all the time. If she gets too excited to do whatever, it'll happen. It's just about her and, like, her navigating with high school and having this problem. And it's super hilarious. It's definitely a classic. Really good little, hilarious show to watch. Next, we got Trinity Blood. Now, this one's also like Hellsing, about organization. It's more about I don't want to say it's a Catholic church, I want to say. But instead of having, like, they also have a vampire, but he's able to kind of hide his vampire self a lot of ways, but it's basically just the same organization, just a different show. But it's really cool to see him fight other monsters and whatnot. It's Trinity Blood. That came out in 2005. Next up, this is almost over, you guys. Next one I have here is Castlevania, which I know you guys have heard of that one, based on the video game series, and they have a sequel series now called Nocturne. And the first series came out in 2021. Nocturne came out in 2023. Definitely check those out because they're more adult oriented. Yeah, I've seen some of those. Yeah, they're pretty amazing. Pretty amazing series. So the next one I have here is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Phantom Blood, the first season, 2012. So I don't know if you guys are much of a JoJo stans like I am, but JoJo is the weirdest series ever known to man. The first season is more about Jonathan Joestar. He's this English gentleman, and he got this girlfriend. He's just living his life until a whole string of events happened where this guy basically tricked his father. Well, this guy tricked Jonathan's father into basically having won, like, he basically saved him, but okay, how do I put this? So, Dario, right? Dario basically, made it so Jonathan's father would owe him something, basically. And when he died, when he was dying, he was like, take care of my son. And his son's Dio. Like, Dio became such a pain in poor Jonathan's side. Oh my gosh. He literally was poisoning Jonathan's father so he could get his inheritance. He actually wore one of these masks that turned him into a vampire. And he became like, he's been a thorn in the Joestar family line for at least 3 seasons. Even after his death, it's like he's still going hard. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to really recommend the JoJo's because there's at least 6 seasons right now, anime-wise, but it's a really good watch. It's so weird. It's such a strange little show. But I love it to death because, it's JoJo. What can I say? That's Phantom Blood. That's the first season. It deals with, like, vampires and whatnot. And that is my episode, you guys. So today, this is vampires. Tune in next time when I talk about another spooky series because, of the weather and all that. Thanks, you guys. Bye.